Well, hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up? Woo! We are live.
Look at this. There's stuff on the screen.
Right? Do we sound okay? Hear everybody say something. Right? Do we sound okay? Hear everybody say something. Right? Do we sound...
Test. Test,
Everybody say
test.
something. Right? Do we sound...
Test.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Test.
I think we're good.
Sound okay?
I think
Sweet.
so. I think so.
Oh.
So, yeah. Maybe I'll turn myself up a little. There we go.
Sounds pretty good to me.
All right, awesome. Balanced, everybody balanced. If everybody just talks, you can hear everybody equal. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
I
so.
feel like it's pretty balanced.
Welcome everybody to our third episode of the new campaign. We still haven't really gotten a title for it yet. It's just kind of the sandboxy Forgotten Realms campaign. For now. So, week one, we got to kind of see the party come together. Got to see the ordination of... I can't call him Kairos anymore. I have to... Seek's ordination. And the
I just always remember Seek as a type of
Yeah.
priest, and that's what he is, you know.
Well, and the party is now headed off into the desert, in the Kalim Desert. But due to people's schedules being what they are, we have another week of backstories since everybody can't make it. That's kind of how I want the campaign to progress. If we can't all get together on a Thursday night, we'll keep doing backstories, and eventually we'll also be doing flashbacks if needed. Dun, dun. So, that being said, welcome to Caleb and Scott, who are respectively... Caleb is playing Dar-Kar, a male Scourge Aasimar wizard. And then we have Scott, who is playing Thokk, a half-orc paladin of... Help me out.
Whore.
Yes.
Whore.
There we go. Whore.
Not H-O-R. Not W-H-O-R.
Not that kind of...
Which one?
H-O-A-R.
Hoar.
Hoar.
Yeah, it's Hoar, I
We'll
thought.
say Hoar.
I like saying whore.
Yeah, that's just because you want to reference the other thing.
Yeah, it's Hoar.
Again, shout out to Forgotten Realms Wiki. Oh no, it is just whore. Look.
It is?
It is.
No way.
There's
you
the
were saying
pronunciation
it right.
guide right there.
That's amazing.
H-O-R. Actually, hold on. What is that?
That's incredible.
Or as in sorcerer. So whore. Yep, it is whore.
Yeah.
Not hoar.
All right, never mind. You were right. I take it back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Scott.
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Yes. So, just... Oh, I didn't know he's lawful neutral. Has it always been like that?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Right, it
was when we looked
I
at it.
thought he was lawful evil. Okay, I'll chill.
Does that mean I can be lawful neutral?
Yeah, totally.
Boom.
Which actually makes... Oh, that makes
Makes
things
your life
even
easier.
better. Oh, way easier, and totally fits into what I was doing with the campaign anyways. Way
Okay.
better. Way better.
Bada bing,
Excellent.
bada boom.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Good job, Scott. Way to fit in.
Because, hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, we've got Sorcerer Warlock, who's not gonna... We got a Bard. We got a... Fighter. I mean, Arcane Archer, but yeah, Fighter.
Yeah, fighter-ish.
Cleric Wizard. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad... Okay. You can
works
use weapons. So this is
Yes.
good. This is good.
Yes.
This is very good. So,
Anybody who knows D&D is probably picking up a little bit of what Josh is throwing down.
mm-hmm.
Just hints of what's to come.
Yes. I've done... Dude, I spent so much time reading leading up to like the first adventure. It's like, okay, how do I just spoon feed you guys without like completely giving the whole story away?
Yeah.
So, and if you ask my wife and kids, I am terrible at keeping secrets and surprises. So this just it's murdering me, but that's okay. That's okay. So
It'll be good.
what have you guys worked out for kind of each of your backstories so far? I'll let you guys kind of take the floor for a bit here.
You want to start? Or do you want me to start? You want me to start?
After you, sir.
You go ahead and start.
Yeah, who is Dar-Kar?
Yes. Dar-Kar. Dar-Kar is an interesting character because he's very different from who I am. Like pretty much kind of my polar opposite in a lot of ways. Yeah, so we fleshed or talked this out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Scourge Aasimar, which comes with some pretty cool extra abilities where that I'm going to take advantage of in certain instances. I don't want to give too much away, but basically there's like a special thing where I can do
basically light yourself on fire.
Basically light myself on fire to hurt everyone else and myself a little bit. But not just that. One of the reasons I wanted to go with the Scourge style is, and we'll touch a lot on this later on, but Dar-Kar has kind of a tortured past, and that's kind of one of the things that motivates him to keep going, is he wants to discover a lot more about himself. As far as origins, he's the son of a celestial and a human. The celestial is his mother, the human was his father, and essentially when she gave birth, she basically, obviously having other responsibilities, she couldn't stick around. And so she gave Dar-Kar to his father. And that also was not received very well. Dar-Kar doesn't know much about his father, but he knows that he was someone who didn't want to be tied down. He was a bit of an adventurer, a bit of a just a person that didn't want to lay down or stay put anywhere. Ironically, where his mom left him was actually in his room in an inn at the foot of the bed, because his dad didn't have like a permanent like home, because he's just kind of a vagabond. So throughout the first little bit, there was some efforts, and Dar-Kar has a few faint memories of what his dad was like, but due to his dad kind of being a deadbeat, he abandoned him in an alleyway at a certain point.
All right,
and part of that, I like to think part of that is because the manifestation, and this is something that I thought about earlier today, and I wanted to kind of throw this as a surprise, is the manifestation of that lighting himself on fire power happened, and it harmed his dad, and that was one of the things that led to him kind of not wanting to keep basically a ticking time bomb around. And then so then from there, Dar-Kar was just living on the streets, just kind of a street urchin trying to survive and figure out how to really do much of anything, and kind of I guess a little bit of an Aladdin type story, you could say, where he's just kind of wandering around.
Where did he grow up?
Dar-Kar doesn't actually know. That's kind of the funny thing about it, is he's unsure. That's again, shout out to Forgotten Realms Wiki. Obviously there's really only one or two places. My thought was Unther.
Yes, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, and so, but again, like that's not necessarily something that Dar-Kar really knows. If just because there's a lot of gaps from and there's a lot of reasons for it, and we'll get into some of the reasons for the trauma. But but again, like he didn't really have the time to pay attention to where he was. He was just more paying attention to, well, how am I going to eat today? How am I going to stay warm tonight? So, a lot of that kind of stuff. And over the course of that, and kind of wandering around through the city, is actually where he ended up as a young child, meeting Thokk, meeting Scott's character, and they became pretty fast friends, and that's the first time, and this is one of the reasons why it was kind of poetic justice that Thokk ended up being the person to kind of bring him around, but Thokk was the place where Dar-Kar felt like home, kind of, if that makes sense. And so it was kind of this like, he's kind of an outcast, I'm kind of an outcast, kind of a thing. Well, at least that's what Dar-Kar thinks, just because Thokk doesn't look like too many of the other people in the cities. But anyway, that's where he kind of latched on, and like Thokk would bring him food, and so it was like the first time in Dar-Kar's life that he had consistent meals. Essentially, really what it comes down to is there's a devotion because he feels like Thokk saved his life. And then from there, after not a long time, but a relatively substantial time, one night, Dar-Kar once again just wandering, which is what he did most of the time. He bumped into a wizard, and the wizard saw him and immediately knew, because obviously that's that they have this kind of knowledge. Immediately knew that he was not a human, and that and I mean the lack of pupils is a pretty dead giveaway as the origin of Dar-Kar. And so from there, because this wizard wanted to do some pretty evil things, he told Dar-Kar, hey, do you have a place to stay? Do you need a place to stay? And Dar-Kar was like, no, I don't have a place to stay, but if you're going to give me one, great. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because of the trust that he had in Thokk, he thought everybody had good intentions. And he was sorely mistaken. And so from there, the wizard, took him and essentially turned him into a test subject for anything and everything that he could kind of dream up.
In this wizard, I'm assuming was a necromancer.
Yes, he was, and that's where Dar-Kar has kind of this love-hate relationship with wizardry, because he has the love of it because he wants to essentially use it as a tool to overpower anybody that would threaten him or his friends. But he also sometimes when using it causes an internal struggle because of a little bit of the past, and in particular when it comes to the necromancy, which is the thing that's very interesting. But he can't get away from the necromancy because of what it really means for him, and it's the ability to see the other side. Because over the course of these experiments, there were a lot of times where he was essentially pushed to the brink of death, where he would see a little bit into the beyond, and then he would be pulled back in, and see the beyond and be pulled back in. And so that is what ultimately woke up inside of him the fascination with necromancy, this ability to essentially control, in his mind, time, space, death, all of it. You know what I mean? And so that's where he eventually came to that. So yeah, and we'll I'll let Scott jump in here because I think this is a good spot for you to start from your beginning there, and then we'll have our joint back up in a second.
Yeah. So Thokk is not very smart. Thokk
very different from your last character, which is
it's
awesome.
Gonna be fun.
Yes,
it's gonna be fun. Thokk is a half orc. His mother was a human, and his father was an orc. He came about from an orcish raid, but his mother was taken with them And once she gave birth, Thokk was in his very early years raised with orcs, but he didn't fit with the orcs. Everyone could tell that he wasn't a full orc, and since he was kind of a runt when he was younger, he was constantly beat up and eventually thrown out of the tribe. He was not fit. He was not found fit to be part of the orc group.
Because he's a half orc, right?
He's a half orc.
Yes.
Yep. His mother was a human. So, when he was abandoned, he wandered in the wilderness until he came across the city, in Unther, where he was living on the streets as well. And when he came across Dar-Kar, just like Dar-Kar found somebody who was similar, Thokk found the same, because living amongst humans, nobody wanted him. It was actually worse than living amongst the orcs had been. But they found each other and a few other street urchins that they worked together to create this realm of safety. Whereas Dar-Kar was a little bit shyer around people. Thokk was the others. Thokk was good there, so Thokk was kind of the bridge that would, talk to them, get food, and then Dar-Kar would have that. But Thokk is not very intelligent. Before Dar-Kar was taken, Dar-Kar actually was the one who helped Thokk to, speak or get his point across sometimes. He had no problem with people, but at first the roles were a little reversed.
Well, you'd have to learn how to speak common even.
Yeah. So that happened. And then one day his friend Dar-Kar, who went by a different name at that time, Dar-Kar just disappeared, and Thokk couldn't find him. Now he looked for him for a while, but he couldn't find him. Fast forward a few years, and Thokk has grown into his more masculine orcish body, and he's become this brute, and people are terrified of him. But there was a paladin, pretty high up, who took Thokk under his wing and actually took him into his home, and gave him some manners, gave him a home, gave him a purpose, really, because Thokk didn't have a purpose other than just surviving. And so this individual took him under his wing, and Thokk was a fairly quick learner. Wasn't smart, but he picked up on things pretty quickly. And because he didn't have a purpose before, and this person was really the only person of any status who had ever given Thokk the time of day, Thokk really clung to that and became a paladin himself. And when he was a paladin, he obviously didn't report directly to this guy who had brought him in, but was in the ranks there. And he'd been in there for, again, fast forward a few more years, before he started to get this inkling that his superior was up to something that wasn't right. So Thokk followed him in the night until he came across a certain person being tortured by, and we figured out the wizard's name is Odistrum. Odistrum.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good name.
OD.
IS.
Okay. Wizard? And this is...
Yeah, this is the one who kidnapped me.
Okay.
Well, I guess necromancer technically, but yeah, wizard.
Gotcha.
So tonight, I don't know if we want to role play the escape or not. That kind of brings us to that point.
So, yeah, I think so. Because here's the thing: when you escaped, what do you think? Both level 1?
Yeah, we probably weren't.
Yeah,
You probably weren't very. So I mean, it's definitely
probably weren't very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew nothing other than what I had observed.
You had at least learned how to cast spells, I think.
Basic spells, yeah, and a lot of that was just I would
just watching.
I would play dead a little bit sometimes, so that they would leave me alone. And then at night, because I couldn't sleep because of unimaginable pain, I would distract myself by reading.
Yeah. And this wizard, he didn't like, I mean, did he, you weren't like Rapunzel, like locked up in the tower.
No.
Like he would
No.
send you out in the market to go get spell components and stuff for him, right?
Well, there was, there was some of that, and a lot of it was to test certain types of controls, because it wasn't just
kind of like
it wasn't just magical components that they were testing, but it was also like psychological, like how can we?
Yeah. So kind of like
he would just tell me when I was leaving, like, hey, if you don't come back, your head will explode.
Yeah. So kind of like Game of Thrones with Reek.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit like that, like
that's a good.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and try and escape. I'm gonna flay you or torture you or do something else. Yeah. Okay.
And then, and that was one of the things is that even when I would do the right thing, what it would be is, well, that just means that you get less torture.
Yes.
Not no torture.
Yeah.
Less.
Yeah.
And so I learned quickly how to just keep my mouth shut and just obey. And so again, through a lot of observation, I learned some basics. Nothing huge. But the main thing that I did learn is where he keeps his tomes of knowledge.
Yes. And his notes.
And his notes and everything like that. And so, in the escape, that's probably the first thing that I went for.
So did you take them, or did you create like one of your own and like copy what you could comprehend into it?
Let's just say I attempted to take one.
And that hurt. That pretty bad.
It hurt pretty painfully. So, instead, what I did is I just I just tried to copy, and then I found some parchment and just jotted down everything that I could think of as quick as I could. Mainly like components,
Does Dar-Kar have any lasting like physical deformities because of his treatment?
Mostly scars, because Aasimar have a natural ability to heal.
That helps.
And so I could do little things here and there, but one of the things that I thought about that I thought would be pretty fitting is like a giant gash right down the chest, where they opened him up and started like looking at like how does it compare?
Okay.
There's a massive gash there, and then just because this guy, once again, this Odistrum was kind of the worst. On each of my arms, he carved basically kind of skulls and stuff like that into my flesh.
Nice,
so
some runes kind of or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. And one of them was a rune on my right. He carved a little rune in that was something that he could then tap into to stop me from exploding on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
nice. Yeah. Now, so you've been with him for a number of years at this point, right? You've managed to, under one of the floorboards or flagstones or whatever of, in some remote corner of this place, right? You've managed to stash essentially a loose jumble of papers that functions as your spell book, right?
Yeah. Which is bound with the single string that I just shoved in there and just tied it and just.
It's like
that's it.
Yeah. What? So do you have a spell casting focus? Because at some point You're like, okay. So the way spell, correct me if you or interrupt me if you already know this, but the way that wizards work, because I'm not sure, you haven't played a wizard before, right?
I haven't played a wizard except for in like Solasta, and it's the same thing. Yeah, you have to have a focus to use.
So,
well, a focus or
components. Yes, if you don't have a focus, you need the components. So you need like the pinch of sand, or you need the whatever it is. As long as the component doesn't have like as long as the component would cost less than like I think it's like a gold piece or something, you don't need the component, right? But if you're gonna like create like a zombie, you need like the 10 gold piece onyx piece or whatever, right?
Right.
So, and what can be a focus?
That's a good question.
By the way, let me do this. Let me go here. Let's go spell casting. Yeah, there we go. To the book.
Yes.
To the book. School of Conjuring. Yeah, this sounds right. Spell casting. Your spell book. Wizard. Arcane tradition. Arcane recovery. Ritual casting. Spellcasting focus. You can use an arcane focus. Chapter 5 equipment. Alright. Chapter 5 equipment. Weapons, nope. Adventuring gear. Arcane focus. Arcane focus is a special item, like an orb, a crystal, a rod, a specially constructed staff, a wand-like length of wood, or some similar item designed to channel the power of arcane spells. A sorcerer, warlock, or wizard can use such an item as a spellcasting focus as described in Chapter 10.
So the thought that I had on that, by the way, and this is something that just came to me.
Perfect.
What about a skull
Ooh.
that has like an onyx eyeball? And then I'm trying to think what I could put through the other one.
Yes.
Obviously.
And
definitely one.
The skull is also your familiar.
Ooh.
And it's let's see
Love
here.
that.
We can do this one of two ways. It's either animated and talks out loud.
Yes.
And everybody can hear it. Or it's not and it talks to you, or at least you think it does.
I like the second option.
Okay.
That's actually something that I do want Dar-Kar to have as like a
Okay.
part of his thing.
All right.
He talks to things that aren't
So
there.
he's a little
crazy.
Little crazy. So you're
A little cuckoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say the skull functions kind of like an orb would.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget, does Dar-Kar know Mage Hand?
I don't think. Well, maybe actually.
Let's see.
No.
Hold on. What are his cantrips?
Chill touch, firebolt, light, and then ray of frost.
Okay. Okay. So you'll just talk to him. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
And the light one is technically a racial trait.
True. Okay.
So.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
That works. Yes.
But I can change.
No, you don't
cantrips
have to. I don't think we have to change anything. You can just take him out and talk to him. Right.
Cool.
Because otherwise, he's just floating there alongside you all the time with Mage Hand.
Yeah. No, I just had a thought on this.
Yeah.
I think I stuff him into my satchel when I don't want him to talk anymore.
Okay.
Maybe it's kind of like I don't want anybody else to hear this guy. Yes. Kind of a thing. Like he thinks that he can. That he can talk to everybody else, but it really is just him. And so, gonna be a lot of like, nah, shut up. and just shove him in
What's
there.
his name? Does he have a name? And don't say Mort, because that's a Planescape Torment reference.
I would never do that. No, not Mort. Oh, that's a good question.
I know. Think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Okay. So, give me an insight check. I don't care where you roll it.
Yeah, just rolling it on
Sure.
the Beyond here.
That works.
If you can see it, 18.
So, I mean, you've been tortured for, years now under this guy. You do finally kind of get the sense, though, that his experiments on you have a purpose. Like, they're not just random. He's not doing, like, torture experiments to get his jollies. He's actually looking for something. And he's actually bringing you close to death because he's trying to communicate with the beyond.
Oh.
Looking for information about the location of something. And
I like
you are important to this information. Like, you in particular. He can't just go... You surmise that he can't just go grab somebody off of the street and perform these experiments, because it actually has to do with you. Like, you are the conduit for this.
I got a good name, by the way. And I thought of this.
Yeah.
It's actually if you guys know the show Gargoyles, it's going to be a reference to that.
Okay.
Xanatos.
I forget. I don't know. I watch the show all the
it.
time, but I forget who that is.
Villain. He's the villain.
He's
the main villain, the guy that resurrects the gargoyles.
The gargoyles.
Oh, with an X?
Yeah, Xanatos. And his name is actually based on, so there's a lot of Shakespearean references there, which again ties in pretty closely too. And Xanatos is a character that represented death.
Who voiced him? Because I know, didn't Commander Riker voiced Goliath?
Oh yeah. Yes. Keith David.
Yeah.
Keith David.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna look that up actually right now.
So Xanatos is the name of your skull, buddy.
Jonathan Frakes, who is the guy who did. If you ever watched that show, Fact or Fiction: Beyond Belief. You ever watched that one? Okay.
I'm gonna have to do some homework here. Nice.
I'm trying to remember. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that guy, cool. Xanatos.
So, what do you do with this information?
Well, I mean, because this is kind of his whole MO, I mean, I try to gain more knowledge, more power to essentially
what he's looking
fulfill. My thing is, I want to fulfill his mission before he can, to prove that I'm better than him.
Okay. So,
to prove that I'm more talented and more blessed.
He's old, right?
Yeah.
He's not a lich or anything like that. He's not even a very, honestly. Actually, give me another insight roll.
Sure.
Make it with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Okay, well, 17 and... Yeah, 17 is
yeah, he is not a very powerful wizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's, he's moderately powerful, but not like, he's not one of the greats. He's more into him. Yeah, into himself and into his legend, and he's very, He also, he drinks. He definitely drinks, which means he passes out quite a lot. But he does have a couple of undead that kind of watch over him while he's passed out. So he's got bodyguards. Like
So
you can't just go slit his throat in the middle of the night.
while he is not a very good wizard,
Yes.
he is much better than Dar-Kar at this point.
That is definitely true.
So Dar-Kar doesn't
Definitely
know that
true.
he's not too great.
You're starting to get the idea though.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what the insight was. It's like, oh, okay. Like you're starting to get to the point where you're like, I need to get that guy out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm starting to think I'm going to be some kind of sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. So, yeah, and you don't know how, but you have tried to escape a couple of times.
Hmm.
And every time you've tried to do so, he has, with pinpoint accuracy, located you.
Mm.
Yeah. So that is a problem. So let's just say you're out. I don't know what town you guys are in, somewhere in Unther. We'll just, and you're off shopping, right? For the wizard, keeping a low profile, right? Because
Wearing a big hood.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And Thokk, why are you? Have you gone back looking for Dar-Kar?
Thokk probably looked for Dar-Kar early on, but after a while,
Okay.
it's the streets. People
Okay.
disappear off the streets all the time.
And then, did you convert to horror? Was that your paladin order? Were they all paladins of horror, or were they?
No, I'm pretty sure Horror is who I convert to after I free him and become an Oathbreaker.
Okay, that makes sense. So, have you guys both been in like close proximity, but just haven't bumped into each other in years, or?
It's possible.
Okay.
It's entirely possible.
I'm
I mean,
trying to
again,
think.
Yeah,
going to the
I would say
markets, but-
Thokk probably has done a lot more moving around
Yeah, 'cause
than
he's-
Dar-Kar.
Yeah.
Yeah, once he was, so I was on the streets for a few years after Dar-Kar disappeared, right? So I probably would have looked for him for a little bit, but then when I was taken in,
Yeah.
and I've got his name by Sir Ellis Anderson.
Nice, good name, strong name.
Yeah. Then I was no longer, I was in the same area, but not in the same city as where Dar-Kar and I were. And then as I became a paladin and came on a paladin under Maxwell Doyle, who's the one that I follow, then I was always also in a different area. I went on some random missions from here to there and had seen some things, but
So Ellis
mainly
was adopted
Ellis-
you essentially,
yeah, Ellis adopted me, Ellis Anderson,
and he was a paladin,
and he was a paladin as well.
and Maxwell was in charge.
Maxwell was the paladin in charge of me and my group. Maxwell Doyle.
Okay, and he was in charge of training you.
Yes. And he's somebody that Ellis trusted. That's why I immediately
Yeah.
trusted him as well.
All right, and he took it easy on you, was hard on you, was a mentor, was
Are you talking Maxwell?
well, I'm assuming you had a special bond with Ellis just because he adopted you, so I'm assuming that relationship was good and warm and on the up and up. But Maxwell, was he? Yeah,
As Thokk is not super intelligent.
right.
He's decently wise, but he's not intelligent. Maxwell didn't openly mock Thokk, but he
Okay.
did it in ways that he knew Thokk didn't always get.
Gotcha.
So Thokk didn't pick up on it all the time, but Maxwell was not, like, he did abuse Thokk, but it was more of just Thokk's lack of. He's naive, and he didn't catch some of it, or some of it went over his head. So that's kind of how it was with Maxwell.
Okay. I'm looking something up really quick. I am trying to find his pantheon. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So that makes sense, etheric gods. So I'm thinking that your paladins, because I'm trying to figure out what order you were accepted into in Unther. So this is the Untheric Pantheon. You'll see a lot of things that you might recognize from actually a Christian Bible. These are the old, like, I think they're the old Canaanite gods. Like, I think like Enlil is in here, right? Like Enlil in the Forgotten Realms. He's different. Yeah, he was the patriarch of the Untheric Pantheon. But if you look at, in fact, they were yeah. I mean, if you're gonna, what was it? Yeah, lesser cloud fist over wheel of lightning. I mean, did he even? Yeah, if you look at. Yeah. I mean, he was an old... Where is it? Yeah, ancient Mesopotamian god. Along with a lot of the deities from, like, yeah, ancient Mesopotamia. You're looking at Enki, yeah, these types of names you've probably seen, and I think some of them actually make it into the Forgotten Realms. Ishtar. Yep, into the Untheric Pantheon.
Boom.
Ooh, who is that? Thank you for the resub. And Miller83, appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. That might be Scott doing stuff. So, yeah, do we just want to keep it simple and say, hey, Paladin of Enlil?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Let me just make sure real quick, though, that... let me just make sure that Enlil's not evil in the Forgotten Realms, because he took the shape of a black dragonborn. Realm. Second layer. Never associated with the outer plane. While he was worshipping 12 gods of Milan, dwelled on the prime material plane. Enlil was the firstborn. Toro at the highest. Yes, okay. So you would actually know this. So anything, by the way, in here on the wiki would have been taught to you.
Okay.
I don't know how much you retained, because Thokk not like books.
Yeah, Thokk books. No. Books, no friends.
Books, no. Strange. Founded the system of laws. Oh, okay. Justice. Yes, the destruction of evil. Okay, good. So he was good. He doesn't like evil. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was a true statement. Perfect. So.
So I was the Order of Anil.
Enlil.
And now.
Yes.
Enlil. Thank you. Now I'm the Order of Hor.
Enlil. I'm marking this down.
I'm making notes too.
Hoar.
AR. Yep.
Whoop.
Or like boar.
Like sorcerer.
That too.
Perfect. Okay. So. So Maxwell kind of screwed you over at some point, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Maxwell
Yeah.
started doing stuff, and I started to pick up that he was not. Some of what he was doing didn't line up, right?
Okay.
As far as my insight, I'm a fairly insightful person, even though Maxwell was somebody that I trusted because Ellis had told me that he was trustworthy. There were just some things that he did that over time added up and didn't sit right with me. And one night I overheard a little bit of a conversation that got me even more what's the right word? Curious about what he was doing.
And you followed him somewhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you followed him, and wherever it took you, you just feel free to change this, but I'm guessing you found that somewhere in some hidden alcove, either under the city or beyond the city limits or somewhere, he had started a cult or something like that, I'm guessing.
So he was working with Odistrum. He was providing Odistrum, the wizard, torturing Dar-Kar because Dar-Kar was one person that he was working on, but Odistrum had other people. So Maxwell was working with him and providing him resources for a lot of the nefarious things that he was doing.
Like corpses.
Exactly.
Okay. Right? Because if you're a necromancer, what do you need? You need corpses.
Exactly. And even to go further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having been somebody on the street, Maxwell would use his status as a paladin to do what Ellis did for me, but it was all mock.
So essentially like, hey buddy, you look all messed up. Why don't you come to the soup kitchen and hang out in the shelter tonight? And oops, where'd he go? Oh, he must have left in the middle of the night.
Yes, this is who Maxwell was.
Oh, so kind of like almost like a Jack the Ripper, like, going after the untouchables, the vulnerable. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
This is the type of person he was.
Nice. So, did Ellis? So, what did you do? Did you go tell Ellis?
I did not.
Okay.
I decided that I followed him and saw him doing this, and somehow, and this is where we can figure this out.
Okay.
Somehow, I stumble upon the fact that Dar-Kar's there, and so I'm going to try and save Dar-Kar because I remember him as a friend.
So, thinking. Okay. So somehow we got to get you from Maxwell to Odistrum.
Right.
So
Which, I mean, it could be like an underground dungeon. I don't know.
So I'm thinking though. I'm thinking more like Wizard's Tower off outside the city somewhere.
Okay.
Like in the foothills or something, right? Like a day
That
or two's ride or something like that. So But I'm thinking that it kind of like I'm almost. What do you think about this? So like Anakin figures out Palpatine's, obviously a Sith Lord. So what does he do? He goes back and he tells his superiors, right? And his superiors are like, "Hey, hold on. Okay, cool. We'll go take care of this." Sir Ellis goes to confront Maxwell with a couple other paladins. And they're gone for like a day, and you start to just get anxious. Okay.
Okay.
You get very anxious. And
this actually goes pretty well with. I think I know where you're going, but let's go.
And you go after them. You figure out that they're headed off to this wizard tower in the hills. And you see Odistrum and Maxwell take out Ellis at some point. And your inner, like, you can't get to him right away to save him. Like you almost are walking like you took a path that you thought they were going on, but it actually led to either like some sort of physical barrier between you and them, where you were far away, where you could see it happening, but not close enough where even if you yelled at the top of your lungs, you could have warned Ellis in time. And basically, you see the two of them just take out Ellis. Right? It's a big fight. He holds his own, right? But essentially, he goes down.
He's older. He's an older guy.
There you go. Yeah, strike me down.
In his older years, he was trying to do good in the world, and that's why he took on a half orc, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, you hit your knees. And in that moment, though, describe how Thokk felt in that moment.
No, you can't kill Ellis. Ellis, take care of Thokk.
So Thokk, enraged
and
incensed by what has happened, because every human, other than Ellis, has really been a dick to Thokk.
Yeah.
So he realizes Maxwell was supposed to be this other guy that's held up high, and he's already started to second guess him. And in this moment, Thokk realizes that he hates humans. He hates them just as much as they hate him.
Well, the bad ones, yeah.
Over time, he's gonna get over this because other people are gonna help him.
Oh, right, because Dar-Kar is not human. Well,
because Dar-Kar is not a human.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep.
Actually, of our group, there's we
two?
have. Yeah, is it Jeremiah and
Sikko?
Seek?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he. No, he is.
No, we've got an Aarakocra and Aasimar, a half orc, and
a Genasi.
Genasi. Yeah.
Yeah, Genasi.
And then two humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
so
I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
It takes some time, right, for him to anyways. But as he's enraged, they are not at the tower. They're a ways away from the tower.
Right.
So Thokk, not being the smartest, is just like, I'm going to go into this tower and mess some up.
Yes. Yes. And it's at that point, too, when he's on his knees, that Whore just sees, like, the perfect, the perfect disciple for him. And appears to Thokk in a grand vision and promises Thokk power, the power to gain vengeance upon everybody that has screwed Thokk.
And this resonates so well with Thokk because he
Yes.
thinks back to when he was a child.
Yep.
And he was beaten by the orcs and thrown out, and then not accepted by the humans and thrown out. And so everything in him right now is just screaming for vengeance. And so, yes.
And in
Yes.
fact, when he makes it, when he backtracks and goes into the valley and comes upon his former adopted father, who's, you thought he was dead, but he is mostly dead, and just kind of like sees Thokk and looks at him and just goes, "Avenge me," and hands Thokk his holy symbol.
Ha 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 ha. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Lit.
So,
Alice, Thokk will avenge you.
and then he just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Took you like half a day to get back around. So it's probably getting to be about nighttime outside this wizard tower. You've seen you go to the end of the valley and you find basically a wizard tower. And you wait, because you figure you'll have better chance of success if everybody's sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see one by one the lights in this tower just kind of wink out. Except for one stays lit. And coming out onto like a balcony, maybe second floor of the tower, third floor, something like that, I don't know. You see a face that you remember from your past. You see a... What kind of Aasimar are you?
Scourge.
Scourge.
Aasimar.
The face of a Scourge Aasimar is unmistakable from your childhood friend appear out on this balcony, just kind of like looking out into the distance. Do Aasimar have dark vision?
Yes.
Both of you, well, each of you roll a perception check.
Perception.
Yes.
Oof.
Thokk, you get it
Yeah.
with advantage.
Well,
Caleb, you just get it with a normal roll.
yeah, I got a 10.
Yeah. I mean, Thokk, you got to basically beat a 5. Caleb, you got to
13.
beat... Yeah, you're fine. What did you get?
I got a 10.
Oh, you got a 10? Perfect.
Yeah.
Just, you're about to turn around and go back inside, but you look down and you're like, what the? And you recognize Thokk. And both of your eyes meet. Like you have both seen each other. Go right ahead.
Is that... Hey, are you... Did you grow up on the streets?
Yes, you look familiar.
Hey, Caleb, what was your name before you were Dar-Kar?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Do I get to choose your name? I'm going to choose your name.
Of course.
Sure.
Thokk gets to basically put any words he wants into this guy's mouth. So
Yeah, I mean,
You're a what?
Asimar. But raised by a human, so.
yeah.
That's not fun. Let's go angel names.
Angel names.
Yeah, I mean, my mom could have left me with a name.
Ooh. Scott,
Yes.
I have something to whisper to you, actually.
Whisper away.
Whisper away. I'll do it in Discord, I think. Do direct message. Where are you? Oh, I probably just screwed. No, I screwed up the.
A stream.
Yeah, I screwed up the stream. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, where's my phone? Here, I'll just.
Yeah, just send me a text.
Yeah. To Scott.
There's some good ones here, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. Can do.
Thank
Give
you.
me
Sorry, that
this.
might be a bit of a stretch, but it.
Well, I like it.
Yes.
Bepti? Bepti, is that you? Bepti?
I don't know who that is.
Yes.
You Bepti. I know. What you doing here?
I live here now.
You, Caleb. By the way, you can like come down and go outside. Like nobody's gonna bug you
Yeah.
if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's asleep, right?
Yeah,
Adistrom's
yeah.
probably asleep.
They're both probably drunk and passed out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I am here.
You don't look good.
No. I'm not. Are you here to save me?
You need saving? Oh, yes, I here save you. Can we do something? I don't like the people here. We need to do some.
Yes. Let's do something.
Let's
Let's.
set fire to this tower.
Whoa. I have a way to do that.
Yes.
So,
You sure you can do that? You don't look good. You look really weak.
to show him that I can do that, I'm gonna snap my fingers and make just a small firebolt appear.
Nice.
And I can say, "Yeah,
Uh,
I can do this."
do you have anything in there you want to get before we start fire?
Well, me first.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, yes, I will gather my belonging. There's one,
Okay.
and maybe I'll take some other things.
So
So the thing that I take
yes.
is exploding powder.
Okay. You
I wanna use
also
that.
find a couple of where are you looking? Where are you going now? I don't think you're going into
first I'm
bed
going to
chambers, right?
First, I'm going to my floorboards to
Yep.
get my spell.
Okay,
book,
that's
'cause
like
my
somewhere
thing.
like in the pantry or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm getting that,
Okay.
and then I want the skull because
Okay. Yep.
I've observed the distrum using it.
Yes.
And I know just from watching him that it channels.
That's in
energy.
his like study.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna have to
Roll.
figure out a way to get in there.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, that's
with
gonna be-
advantage.
okay. 18.
Yeah. Yeah, you're quiet as a mouse. You're just
Excellent.
slipping through the place. Like, even the undead, like, that are, like, guarding his room don't even notice you. They're just slack-jawed and stinky. Yeah. So you slink.
Excellent.
So you get
So I'm
into
gonna-
his
yeah.
study.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Give me an investigation check.
yeah, I was gonna say I probably
Make it with
that.
advantage again.
Oh yeah.
By the way, did you
A
leave Thokk
dirty 20.
outside?
Dirty 20. So
Dirty
15.
20. Oh,
Plus
okay.
5, yeah.
So, yeah, you find like all the starting equipment I gave you, plus
Sweet.
you
Excellent.
actually find his notebook
Ooh.
that contains information. You figure out that he has been using you because of the connection to your mother.
Oh. The
There
plot
is
thickens.
a divine entity that he has been trying to access because he has found out that of the communication and of the research he has done, he has been kind of turned on to and has been looking for the grimoire of
Oh,
an ancient necromancer. Like,
Sick.
we're talking like spell book of a very powerful necromancer. And the location of said grimoire is somewhere in the Kalim Desert. And he has just recently made this discovery.
and that's why I want to go there pretty
Yes.
heavily.
And there, yes, this is like some ancient necromancer's like spell book. Somehow there's some connection to your mother. And it talks about a guardian
Ooh,
of this
I like
spell
that.
book. Okay?
excellent.
So
Excellent,
you
okay.
take all this with you, you get all that information, you get a couple of onyx stones, I don't know, maybe 100 gold or something like that, just throw it in your pocket.
Sweet.
And
Making this guy.
the skull, and then Bob's your uncle. You're set to get the heck out of here. Some food, some rations, right? All that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Better than the moldy
Mm.
bread he's been feeding me, so that's good.
Can
Yes.
we retcon a little bit?
Sure.
Back at Sir Ellis, he gives me his holy symbol.
Yes.
Is his weapon better than mine?
Yes.
Then I take his weapon, and we can figure out what that weapon
We'll
is
figure
later.
that out. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm going to use that as
Nice.
part of my
Okay.
my
Okay.
way of, avenging him.
Yes.
Yeah. Ultimately use that to kill some. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
So, do you want his weapon or do you want his shield? Or do you want both?
Either or is fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with both.
His shield might be better than his weapon
Okay.
because
I can
that
take-
fits him. You can take
Because
them
it fits
both,
him.
but yeah, his weapon may or may I got to figure it out. May or may not be something special.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made
If
you
I
feel
take his
like a
weapon,
family sword.
if I take his weapon, then I
Uh-huh.
put my sword in
Yeah.
his hands.
Okay. Did you bury him?
We're gonna go back and do that.
Okay. All right.
I was a little in the
Cool.
moment. That's why I
Yep.
would have grabbed those things in the moment, and just gone at him.
All right. So, what does Dar-Kar do?
Dar-Kar.
Well, yeah. Then at that point,
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Your Dar-Kar.
also in the notebook, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
is an
No, go ahead.
entry about some sort of trinket or item like a coin or a rune or a tattoo or something like that your master uses if ever you go missing to cast locate object on. But it's like a part of you. So it's either a rune or a tattoo, or he's sewn a coin under your skin, or put it in under a rib when he's opened you up, or something, right? Up to you to figure out. Yeah. But it is removable.
Sweet. Excellent.
Not without inflicting considerable damage upon you, though.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not.
But you've got.
I don't know that I'm.
But you've got a paladin with you now.
That's true. It's true. And I can heal myself a little teensy bit.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Bepti,
First
where are
of
you?
all, First of all, I'm gonna descend.
Okay.
I'm gonna descend out of the tower again. Hopefully sneaking through it, and then
give me one more stealth check.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Awesome. Okay, so I got an 8 and 15.
Okay,
That was
you're
better.
good.
That was better.
You're good.
Yeah. Oof, that 8 had me. I was sweating bullets on that one.
Basically, like one of the zombies,
yeah.
like.
Oh, it would have been fun to
Yeah.
kill a zombie.
Yeah, kill a zombie. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm going to descend the tower.
Okay.
And if I have any component of like some kind of exploding powder or something, I'm going to leave that so that I can. So I'm like near the entrance, so that I can block it and burn the place to the ground.
All right.
And so I'm gonna put that there, and then so then I'm gonna go over to Thokk.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put up one finger. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna put up one finger, and then I'm gonna try to I'm gonna sign out to him basically.
You snap. You snap. What do I call you? You know Bepti anymore?
Dar-Kar.
Dar-Kar. Ha! Dar-Kar. Done?
No. So I snap my fingers and I'm gonna produce that small little firebolt.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say,
You catch me on fire?
This
is a bad idea.
He's pointing at the door, right? Yeah.
I'm pointing at the door. Yeah, I'm pointing at the door.
Catch door on fire. We want whole tower on fire.
And so then, so I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at that their thing. Here, let me. Well, first off, let's get to a little bit of a safe distance because I assume there's gonna be a bit of an explosion.
Oh, he's rolling a dice.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Okay, that's good.
All right. So, here I'll roll here for a firebolt at that thing at the black powder.
Okay.
17.
So the tower begins to catch on fire.
Nice.
There's plenty of wood in the tower. So
and parchment.
Yeah. So it starts to go up pretty quick. You actually, what do you do? Do you stay and watch it burn? Do you leave? Do you?
I'd want to watch it to make sure that he's not going to come after us.
Okay.
But I don't know. The thing is, too, though, is that if Thokk says we should leave, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
Because
I need to bury Ellis.
Who?
one good man.
Okay.
We go bury Ellis.
Okay, so then we leave.
All right, you
We
leave.
go bury Ellis.
All right, cool. You leave.
You want to stay? We stay, but I bury Ellis.
I go with you.
Okay.
All right. So you leave. And
Was there a good
Fiend
Scene.
just had to, you know, make some perception checks with disadvantage to see if some people woke up to the flames or not. And yeah, maybe someday you'll find out if they did or not.
Well, I mean, if you cast a spell, I'm sure that it'll cause me some pain.
No, actually, are you? Because I assume
Yeah, I'm gonna locate it.
you're gonna find it.
I would,
Okay.
Yeah, because I at least I guess I'm making an assumption, but
Uh-huh.
I assume that I would know that that's why I kept going back,
Yeah.
because I probably
Yeah.
tried
You're
to
smart.
not go back.
You're smart.
Yeah.
However, the thing is literally it's a it's a ring
Ooh.
that he essentially has slipped up under one of your floating ribs all the way into your sternum.
Oof.
It's going to require some surgery to remove,
Yeah,
and probably the kind that would normally kill a person.
most definitely, since he probably killed me to do it.
So Thokk, at some point, is going to knock you out, cut you open, take out Ring, and heal you back up.
And I'll draw out the steps
Yeah.
of
yeah.
how to do that.
In like IKEA furniture hieroglyphics.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yes.
Thokk not like books.
It's not a book.
No,
It's paper.
picture.
Nice.
I'm sure there was a lot of banter back and forth as
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Dar-Kar's trying to explain this to Thokk.
Yeah.
And so, that's. I just had a thought. This is kind of funny. I think that I decide to go to poetry mode
Uh-huh.
because Thokk doesn't put together normal sentences.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is
Paint
describe things as pictures so that he gets it. But it's also therapeutic for me. So,
That's fantastic.
Okay.
love it.
So,
Amazing.
Sweet.
whoops. Oh, sorry. I think we're going to end it there, gents.
That works.
Love it.
Yeah. You guys go on some
Love it.
adventures, gain some levels, eventually make it to Sidolfur. Help
Where we
purge
meet up
the
with
city, right?
Yeah.
By the way,
I figure we're mercenaries probably for a little while or
Yeah.
something to just
Yeah.
try to make some extra cash.
Uh-huh.
I have a recommendation
Yes.
for our group name.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We are the Spice Boys.
Yes.
Cabarussa's face is great.
It's so sad.
The Spice Boys. The Spice Men.
The Spice Men.
The
Yes.
Spiceman.
The Specimens.
Spice to Men.
I don't know.
The
Specimen.
specimen.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. We'll...
The Spice Boys.
I don't know
going
if that's
for
making it on the YouTube banner. Just saying.
Spice Boys.
Sick in the Spice Boys.
Well, here, we can still hang out after, but thank you, everybody. Thank you for
Thanks,
watching.
everyone.
I don't know if anybody, Nick, are you still there? I don't know. I was chatting away.
I haven't checked
I
the
don't
chat.
know who's still in here, but this was super awesome. Great job, guys. Super awesome backstory. Totally fleshed out now. And with that, we will
We'll see you next week.
see you guys next time.
Bye now.